So now let's head over to our final film study that we truly have to watch to get a good gauge on the spread, on our overall kind of thoughts on what we want to bet come Super Bowl Sunday next week here. We just watched the AFC Championship game with the Bengals, focusing on that defense, locking up Tyreek Hill, locking up Travis Kelce, and locking up that end zone, not letting the Chiefs score any touchdowns in the second half, pressuring Patrick Mahomes enough to make some bad decisions and, to kind of, try to get too cute overall in the red zone. And the Bengals just locked up and stepped up after big defensive stop, after big defensive stop, after big defensive stop. So this Bengals team, folks, we are truly loving what we're seeing by them heading into Super Bowl Sunday. But now we've got to watch the Rams. And what do we have true concerns about? We know they've got a great defense. That's nothing that we really have to kind of truly look that much into. We see it every single week. Aaron Donald, fantastic. Jalen Ramsey, fantastic. We know the offense is solid. Cooper Kupp always getting open. OBJ just had a wonderful game here. Didn't score a touchdown, but I believe he led the team. Second leading receiver with 113 yards. I mean, that was absolutely magnificent by OBJ. But while I was watching this game, folks, while we were watching this game, we've already had kind of, glimpses of kind of Sean McVay, his play calling being a little, I don't want to call it aggressive, but just like over ambitious for the time, not great for the time being called. So we get these glimpses here of Sean McVay going back to OBJ's first game, and this against the 49ers. It was against the 49ers where he kind of it just seemed like the way that Matthew Stafford forced that ball, that Sean McVay was like, hey, I want you to throw the ball. You have to throw the ball there. And I don't think we've ever gotten any official confirmation on that, but we got official confirmation of Sean McVay putting the blame on himself for a bad play call. So now that we got that, we've seen him be like, hey, that's on me. And that's fantastic by Sean McVay at the leadership position. A play didn't work, and it really was his fault. Like, we're going to talk about it when we get to that play, but like, why call that play in that situation? You got all these other guys that you should be trusting more, that you say you trust. Matthew Stafford, trusting him. Cooper Kupp, you don't need to say you trust him. I mean, we see what he does every single week. He's always open. But the play call that they did, it was super kind of head scratching. So that's kind of the biggest thing I think we should be focusing on for the Rams heading into the Super Bowl. Sean McVay, the biggest game of the year, getting back to the Super Bowl with a quarterback that he wanted. He had no say in the Jared Goff. Jared Goff was there before he got there, and you're going to see what he can do. Spent 2 years with Jared Goff. He's not the guy. He gets rid of him. Now he's got the guy, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's never been in this big game. He wasn't in the last big game. He's never been in an NFC Championship game before. And now he's in the Super Bowl, a place he's never been in before, where he needs to kind of be the best he could be, what he always says he could be, and what all the fans always say Matthew Stafford could be if he was on a good team. It all needs to show on Super Bowl Sunday. So we get the Rams at home. Sean McVay needing to win the Super Bowl to kind of be like, hey, I told y'all I could do it. I just needed the quarterback. Matthew Stafford needs to show up and perform because, all his career is like, hey, I told y'all I could do it. I just needed the team around me. And they're at home on top of that. So they are all feeling the pressure, or they should be feeling the pressure to perform at the best that they possibly can. And we get Sean McVay in a game where they were kind of losing all kind of throughout against the 49ers last week. We get Sean McVay kind of saying, hey, that was not the best play calling by me, admitting, hey, this is a little bit of a mistake on my part. So, how deep is this? Was this just a one-time instance? Are we blowing this out of proportion? Should we blow it out of even bigger proportion? It's that extreme? So, we're going to go into some key plays here, some key third downs. Why do they settle for field goals? Were they too conservative on offense? Some key downs throughout the game, and we're just going to watch what the play calling is. Did it seem like a design play for a wide receiver? Was it like a 3rd and 10, and they were only kind of scheming for like a 3rd and 5, everything dink and dunk, not being aggressive? So we're going to break down the play calling here by Sean McVay to see if this is a concern and if this should kind of steer us away from betting on the Rams come next Sunday. And before we kind of get into that, let's show y'all the play I am talking about. So we got to go to the actual game footage here. We've got the play queued up. We've got the timestamp queued up here. No problem. So we got to skip to 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 23 seconds into the broadcast. So here we go. We get a 3rd and 3, folks. Rams down 17-14, folks, on 3rd and 3. Down 3 points, 7 minutes, 50 seconds left, and they're at the 49ers' 20-yard line. So they're already in field goal position right here to tie the game at 17. But why not go for that touchdown? Why not go for the go-ahead score? And look at the play calling that they showed right here. This one shot of Sean McVay in this play is truly why we're watching the film study and having to kind of actively dig through the play calling here of this game. And having to go back, because this was in the 4th quarter. Were there more plays, garbage play calls by Sean McVay leading up to this moment? So here we go. Down 3 points, 17-14. We get Sean McVay in the empty backfield. And on 3rd and 3, they're going to run a little bit of a screen pass here. And not trusting Cooper Kupp. They go with, I believe, is that Cam Akers that they were going with, and a 3rd and 3 turns into a 4th and 6 because they lose about 3-4 yards on a setup screen. So a bad play calling, and then this is the angle we're talking about, the shot that we're talking about. Sean McVay, you're going to see it right here. He taps his chest. That's on me. He says, fuck, that's on me. Talking to Matthew Stafford as Matthew Stafford is jogging off the field. Hey, this was my bad. This was not the play call I should have done. And this was a huge play call. Down 3 inside the red zone, and you don't trust your guys. You don't trust Cooper Kupp, who can get open 24/7. You don't trust OBJ, who's had a magnificent game and even had a great play on this drive leading up to this play right here, 44 yards. We're going to talk about that play. And it was a great design. They designed that open, so that's a positive to Sean McVay. But how much do the positive plays outweigh the negative? And if the negatives outweigh the positives, that's not where we want to be heading into the Super Bowl. But we'll talk all that through and watch all the plays. But Sean McVay being like, hey, this is on me to do a setup screen on 3rd and 3. And I know they have done setup screens throughout this game that have worked. But this is the chance where you try, like when you throw a screen, you don't trust your guys. You trust that the defense over pursues. Yeah, you trust that your guys make the blocks, and you trust that, the running back or the wide receiver, whoever's catching the screen, yeah, you kind of, expect them to kind of hit the hole and stick to the hole and see the field. But ultimately, you expect the defense, everybody to come through, not see it, and then everybody just kind of runs right past the screen. That's kind of what you're hoping for when you call a screen pass. It's not that you have firm believability in your quarterback to pick up the first down for you. No. You're expecting the defense to be out of position for you to pick up the first down. So that just showed really no trust in your guys who have led you to this moment. Who have they ever let you down? Matthew Stafford let you down once in the game against the 49ers, maybe twice. I guess this team has a little let you down a little bit against the 49ers, but overall, in the biggest spots, you got to trust your guys, whether they've let you down in the past or not, because you should have that believability, that faith in them to be like, hey, yes, we're batting 0 of 100 right now, but we're going to hit 1 of 101 right now in the biggest spots, in the biggest game, in the biggest moment right now. So, a little disappointed in Sean McVay here with the play calling, and this sets off the chain of events one more time. Watch Sean McVay right here. Fuck, that's on me. That's my bad. Tapping his chest. So, once again, there is good and bad in everything, and the takeaway, the silver lining is that Sean McVay is a leader. That's what a leader does. That's why we want offensive-minded people at the head coaching position who are straight-up leaders. He could have blamed that on the offensive lineman. He could have put that on the running back for not seeing the field to be like, hey, why didn't you cover that? Why didn't you block this guy that made the tackle? That's on y'all. The screen works. It's been working. It's worked. So why didn't it work here? It's because because y'all didn't get it done on the field. No. Sean McVay doesn't do that. Hey, it's on me. That was a bad play call. I didn't trust y'all. That's on me. Let's just go tie up this game. And why it's just even a little bit more alarming is because you were already in field goal position. So regardless if you try to hit the end zone here, just try to pick up the first down on like a 3rd and 5 slant or an in route or something like that, at least you're trusting your guy to pick up the first down and keep this drive moving. Here, they're just like, all right, we don't want to try and get too aggressive. We don't want to lose any more field position. We don't want to turn over the ball. So let's do something super conservative, super safe. So at minimum here, we're tying up the game 17-17. It's like, you've got to go out and win this game. You got to go out and win these games in the playoffs. You must be aggressive. Fortune favors the brave. Matt Damon, cryptocurrency, folks. As soon as he says fortune favors the brave, everybody should be emptying their bank accounts into crypto, right? Trust Matt Damon. He knows what he's talking about. He's been to Mars, folks. He's grown food and plant on Mars. You're not going to trust that guy with your money, your financial decisions? Come on, folks. Let's get real. Listen to the man on television telling you to buy crypto, yes? Alrighty. So here we go. Let's go into some plays right here. We'll take it from the all 22 so we get a true sense of the play and what they're trying to scheme and all that. So let's just kind of walk through their drives. We're only going to be focusing on kind of big plays, third downs, what's leading up to a third down. We'll look at what their big plays were to see if they were scheming good things, why they had to settle for some field goals, and all that. So let's start here with their first drive, and we get a third and we get to 3 and out here. 3 straight passes, 3-yard pass, and then pass incomplete. Let's start here with the 2nd and 7 pass. Then we'll go to the pass incomplete, but we'll just see what these plays are looking like. Were they trying to be aggressive, or are these all just kind of set up for the dink and dunk? So here we go. The 3-yard pass is just a little bit of a comeback route there. That's just a classic play, not being non-aggressive, not being super aggressive, but set up a manageable 3rd and 4. So now this is the play call we truly have to kind of focus in on. It's 3rd and 4, first drive, set the tempo of the game right here. What do they call on 3rd and 4? That is pass incomplete. All right, we got trips to the left here, and that seems where the play is trying to go. Matthew Stafford immediately looking to the left, and there is immediately nothing open, and they're all at the first down marker, so that's fantastic. He comes over right back to the right, tries to throw it over the middle of the field here, and that's open, but Matthew Stafford puts the ball behind. So Matthew Stafford not quite on the money. First drive of the game, getting out to a little bit of a slow start. Overall, the play calling is there for Sean McVay. So, alrighty, solid there. We've seen Matthew Stafford kind of miss a throw here and there. It shouldn't be that concerning for us, that alarming. He always kind of overcomes it. Don't really kind of see it more than maybe twice a game, and that's kind of normal. I mean, quarterbacks are going to miss throws. I mean, no quarterback is 100%. We know this. Not even Patrick Mahomes. He's never 100%. So, overall, Matthew Stafford a little bit floundering on that first drive, but I don't think it's too much cause for concerns at the current moment. We'll still keep that in mind as we're watching the rest of these plays here, but so far everything is checking out good. All right, second drive, it results into an interception. Let's watch their first third down on this drive. It's a decent drive, sets up 3rd and 7 here. Let's see what they decide to call. Are they being aggressive? Yes, that's Cooper Kupp wide open in the middle of the field, doing his thing, getting the ball to Cooper Kupp on 3rd and 7, being aggressive. Good green flag for our Sean McVay narrative. Fantastic. Couple of plays later, we get another third down. We get, let's get them in the red zone. Let's see what they're calling in the red zone right here. So they get inside the red zone, and this is another little bit of a knock that we have. Let's see what this Rams touchdown percentage is in the red zone, because we've kind of known it's a little bit lackluster overall, but let's see what the actual number is here. So Rams red zone touchdown percentage. Hopefully they have been updating this for the playoffs. So let's see if we get that. So far it's up to date. All right, so that's good. All righty, what do we got? Red zone scoring percentage, touchdown only. Let's go to the Rams here. They are currently number 12th in the league. All righty. They said the last one was 100%. That's not right. Their last game, they weren't 100%. The last game was in the playoffs because we saw them in the red zone and they had to settle for a field goal. So I don't think these numbers are truly up to date. These might just be regular season, but let's just see what we get in the regular season here. We get 54% of the time, so it's kind of every other. They're getting a touchdown. The other, they're settling for the field goal. So kind of being 50% is really not what we're kind of aiming for. And this one, this guy's got nothing. This website's got nobody for their NFL red zone stats. All right. So it doesn't seem like anybody's keeping track of this in the playoffs, which is like, this is when we should be. We should be looking at this. All right, red zone passing stats. Here we go. Touchdown. He's got 32 touchdowns, 54% completion percentage, but that's a little bit different. Linked to his red zone passing plays. Wow. Where does this take us? I know this is a little bit of a tangent, folks, but I just want to see where this takes us quickly. I got to subscribe for these stats. What are you, crazy? All right. So it doesn't seem like we can truly look at their... All right. So I guess we can't find that out. But overall, seem to be kind of 50% in the regular season. Definitely, needs to be better than that. We got to see kind of like 65, 70%. And that may seem high, folks, but I mean, can we get it done in the red zone? That's really where the games are won and lost. 7-3 points. That's a 4-point swing here on most of the time for the Rams. So back to the second drive here, back in the red zone here. They don't get the touchdown. They don't get any points, and they throw an interception. So let's watch the play calling in the red zone. Good play, aggressive, non-aggressive, trusting Matthew Stafford. And let's see what Matthew Stafford looks like on the interception. So here we go. First and goal from the 8-yard line. We get Matthew Stafford under center. Here we go. We get a run play. And it goes nowhere. They try to go right up the middle on the run. No go there. So, Sean McVay trusting the run game in the red zone, not just, trusting Matthew Stafford by his lonesome. And that's fine. I've got no problem with kind of equal run in the pass. I believe you have to set up the run for the pass and vice versa. So we like a well-balanced run and passing game. And we definitely trust these Rams running back Cam Akers, Sony Michel. Yes, Cam Akers fumbled twice against the Bucs. That seemed to be an outlier game. And once again, Sean McVay trusting your players. That was an outlier game, not being like, oh my God, he fumbled twice, he's going to keep on fumbling. That definitely could have happened, but you show your belief, you show your belief, you show your trust, you show your trust in your guys, your playmakers here. And they ran Cam Akers the most here. They ran Cam Akers 13 times for 48 yards. Not the best overall production, but they still stayed with the run. They stuck with the run and stuck with Cam Akers. So that shows the believability there. So once again, that's a green mark, a green flag on Sean McVay. But here we go. Second and goal from the 8-yard line. They ran the ball first down. Here we go. We got a little bit of trips to the left here. Matthew Stafford just a straight drop back, dumps it down about 5 yards short, and now is going to be third and goal from the 4-yard line. Let's go back one more time here on this play. Seemed like only about one player was actually in the end zone here. We got OBJ double covered on the right side, so you're not taking that matchup. So going back to the left side here, nobody's even in the end zone. So, all right, a little too conservative there. Run on first down, everything a little bit short here on second down. Let's see what we get here on third and goal. Shotgun for Matthew Stafford back out of the backfield, and he tries to force it over the middle of the field, in front of the end zone right there, right on the end zone line, trying to fit it to Cooper Kupp, and that ball just gets tipped up. And this is great coverage all around by the 49ers. You got the back out of the backfield. This probably would have been the best place to go with the ball, the back out of the backfield, just kind of going out to the flat, not really guarded. And as soon as Matthew Stafford kind of throws the ball, we get this defender here that's playing the running back. He goes inside. But either way, this 49ers defense clamped up in the red zone. And we've seen the Bengals. That's what they do, is clamp up in the red zone right here. And Matthew Stafford, with everybody clamped up in the red zone, in the end zone multiple times right here, he tries to force it in. And that's a pick interception, a tip pick interception for the 49ers. 49ers. So, oh man, folks, this Rams team struggling in the red zone right here. We'll see if it changes throughout the game, but so far, that first possession in the end zone, red zone, truly conservative, and Matthew Stafford trying to force something. And we get these plays by Matthew Stafford. We got him. The ball behind OBJ on 3rd and 7. This ball right here. Let's take it from the end zone perspective to truly see if this was on target or not, and just a good play by the defense. We'll get a great look right here from the back end. So here we go. He's just going to try to force it over the middle, a tight window, and yeah, that ball's behind. That ball is behind. You must throw this ball out in front if the defender is truly right on your ass right there, like he is. So Matthew Stafford, ball a little bit behind sometimes. This is kind of, why the drive stalled the first 2 drives. So, alrighty, let's see if Matthew Stafford wins us back here. 3rd drive, they go on a 20-play drive that results in a touchdown. So let's see how all this played out. Let's see if they were aggressive on 3rd downs. We get a 3rd and 2 right off the rip here. Let's go to this play, and they get a penalty. Oh, man, they get a penalty, bails them out. But here we go, 3rd and 2, Matthew Stafford. This is just, they throw a flag. They're trying to hit Von Jefferson on the sideline, and it's supposed to be a little bit of a comeback route, and the ball is uncatchable, but they get a flag for the 49ers. So their touchdown drive, a little bit of a bailout on 3rd down. Then we get another 3rd and 2, and they decide to run the ball here. Ooh, I love it. A little aggressive, a little sneaky on 3rd and 2. They hand off the ball. It works to perfection. They pick up about 3 or 4, but they pick up the first down more importantly. So Sean McVay running on 3rd and 2. Nobody likes that. That's not really too conventional, but, trying to kind of, outsmart the 49ers a little bit. And, that's fine to do, but don't get caught up in always trying to outthink the room, outsmart the room. So good play call right here. We're not going to knock it. We get another 3rd down. Here we go. We get a 3rd and 10 on this drive again. Let's see how they pick this up. Can't run on 3rd and 10. Here we go. Matthew Stafford in the shotgun, dropping back the pass. Everything is pretty well covered here. Decent aggressive throws. There's 3 of the 5 wide receivers at or beyond the sticks, so they're trying to get to that first down marker, 10 yards down the field. So Sean McVay being aggressive in the play calling. We like it. And then Matthew Stafford decides to take it himself and run with it. And we haven't seen Matthew Stafford really do that at all this season, but he was looking pretty fast on this run. So a new element to Matthew Stafford's game is his run ability. How many times did he run this game? 5 times for only 8 yards? Well, he got about 10 here, so he got sacked a couple of times, losing some yards sometimes. All right, so 1 3rd down, bailout with the penalty, another one. Nobody was expecting Matthew Stafford to run because why would you? I wouldn't play that either. All right, a little interesting on this drive. Here we go. Let's keep going here. They get another 3rd down. We get a 3rd and 6 a little bit later. 3rd and 6 from the 49ers 28-yard line. Let's start this one again. Here we go. Let's watch the play. We got trips to the left at the top of the screen. 3rd and 6 approaching the red zone. We get Matthew Stafford throwing anticipation. Oh, my God. Yes, and who is he throwing in anticipation to? Of course, it's Cooper Kupp. Look at this. Matthew Stafford throws this ball. This is just a little bit of a post route right before Cooper Kupp truly breaks on the post route. He made the right decision. We got trips to the right here, but the other 2 receivers that are a little bit more shallower, truly locked up, and Matthew Stafford with that trust factor. Man, oh man, Cooper Kupp, look at that. He was able to get 3 yards of separation right there before the ball was even thrown. So once again, Matthew Stafford, the passing game. Sean McVay must trust Matthew Stafford for Matthew Stafford to trust Cooper Kupp. So it goes down. It's like trickle down economics. It's trickle down trust, but it actually works. We all know trickle down economics never works. Trickle down trust. Sean McVay trusts Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford trusts Cooper Kupp, and this results into a touchdown drive. Trust coming from the top, trickling down, trusting your playmakers, trusting your weapons. Yes, that's what we love from Sean McVay. Alrighty, what else do we got here on this drive? So they pick up the first down on 3rd and 6. That was absolutely fantastic. Then we get a 3rd and 13 at the 16, and this goes for the score. So let's see what they called the score. Touchdown in the red zone now. So let's see what this red zone play is. And we've seen, the Bengals defense, they allowed the Chiefs to score in the red zone. They didn't have 100% lockup percentage, the Bengals defense, but they locked up in the points of the game that they needed to. The second half when they made adjustments, not allowing the Chiefs to really drive the ball at all. And then, game time, game on the line, 2 minutes left. We saw it the other day, 2 minutes left. First down from the 20. I mean, you've got so many opportunities, and the Bengals clamped up on that final drive to force overtime, and they win in overtime like we know. So let's see how the Rams scored in the red zone and what the Bengals should be watching and keying in on for the Super Bowl. So here we go. 3rd and 13. Matthew Stafford dropping back to pass. And there it is, the trust factor again. He's throwing to Cooper Kupp before he even breaks on these routes. And that's probably how Cooper Kupp is always wide open, because nobody knows where he's going. And the ball is already out of Matthew Stafford's hands. So Matthew Stafford's throwing the ball. Cooper Kupp could go inside, outside. He can come back. Nobody knows. But Matthew Stafford knows. And look at this. Before he even makes that cut, once again, this is just another post route to the end zone right here. And Matthew Stafford puts it absolutely on the money. Oh, my God. What a throw. We got to take this. Let me take this one from the end zone angle. I mean, we talked a little bit earlier in the week about, when we did our Tom Brady tribute. Does Tom Brady have like a big time signature throw in like a playoff game, Super Bowl, any big meaningful type of game? And we didn't really see any great ones. There were some little good ones here and there, but no like Big Ben Super Bowl throw to Santonio Holmes in the corner of the end zone to win the game. I think this is a little bit of a clutch key throw here by Matthew Stafford, a signature throw, if you will, in the NFC Championship game, his first one ever, for the first points on the board. Was this the first points on the board for the entire game, regardless of the team? And he made an absolute great strike right there to Cooper Kupp between those two defenders. So this is a little bit of a signature throw by Stafford right here. Man, oh man, that's a great ball. Back corner end zone right there. They go up 7-0. Not able to hold on to the lead for too long, but hey, you got out to scoring first and all that. You put the pressure on the opposing team. That's exactly what you try to draw up. Put the pressure on the opposing team by putting your foot on the metal, keeping the foot on the pedal, keeping the scoring going up. So that was great by Matthew Stafford on that drive, but bailout leading up to that a couple of times. But then Matthew Stafford clutches it up and makes some beautiful throws there on 3rd downs, and they get the touchdown. So overall, the play calling is good. We've got no knocks with the play calling. We're seeing the trust from Matthew Stafford to Cooper Kupp, all that. Cooper Kupp's going deep. He's going to the boundary. He's going to the first down marker. He's going to the back of the end zone. So they're aggressive in their play calling. This is exactly what we want to see. We don't want to kind of worry about Sean McVay and his play calling. We love Sean McVay. Sean McVay is kind of, highly regarded in the national media, but I mean, you lose in the Super Bowl and you perform bad in the Super Bowl. I mean, all that praise can go away instantly. I mean, people were kind of knocking Patrick Mahomes at the end of the year after everybody gushes and praises over him because he couldn't get it done because he was pressured all game long. And then the narrative came, oh, he can't work well under pressure. And that's how you beat Patrick Mahomes. All you have to do is pressure him. We found his kryptonite. He's not as good as we thought and all this. Now, it's not 100% true because we saw what Patrick Mahomes has done this season. Very good, escaping out of the pressure, a little bit better than what he's done. He's getting better and he's still young and all that. But for the moment, it's going to be frustrating for Sean McVay. It's going to be frustrating for Rams fans if this does become the narrative. Sean McVay, he can't get it done in the clutch regardless of quarterbacks. He had his guy and he still floundered, and we thought he was this offensive big brain genius, but here he is calling bad plays at the worst time that did not pan out to fruition, and that's why they lost, because they were conservative or the wrong play calling or whatever it is. So Sean McVay, so far so good here. dispelling, a potential fear that we had while watching this game. But this is fantastic. This is what we want to see. Hopefully it keeps it up. Let's go to the next drive here. Their last drive of the first half. We get anything kind of wonky here. Let's go to this. And this ended into a missed field goal. So why was it a field goal? Why did they have to settle for the field goal in the first place? Was it a long field goal? Should they have not done a field goal? Was that on Sean McVay? So let's see what we get here on the next drive. We get a 3rd and 9. Let's see what they call here on 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9 from their own 24-yard line. Matthew Stafford back in the backfield in the shotgun, and he throws it down the field. And once again, just trusting your guys. All these receivers are pretty much going to the boundary. They've always got kind of a shot play right here, somebody going deep down the field. And then is that OBJ? Man, oh man, I think this is OBJ. And OBJ, what an absolute piece this is, and well done for Sean McVay. Yeah, this was for OBJ, and this is like, we need to praise Sean McVay for this. Getting OBJ actively involved, what the Browns never did, which forced OBJ's dad to speak up, which kind of forced OBJ kind of by association to, speak up. So, Sean McVay still letting Cooper Kupp do his thing because he was the OG here. OBJ was kind of in replacement of Deshaun Jackson, and a little bit of who tore his ACL and he's done. Cooper Kupp. It was Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. A little bit of filling in for Robert Woods a little bit as well, but able to get Odell Beckham involved, actively involved. 11 targets, 113 yards, big time believability here on 3rd downs, and even on the main drive that kicked off this entire kind of film study here. He had a 44-yard kind of pass to OBJ down the field, and we're going to watch that play. So credit needs to go to Sean McVay for trusting OBJ in these big-time spots. Well done for OBJ of getting open and catching the ball and not having kind of butterfingers or diva hands, whatever you want to call them, getting it done. So big-time shout out there to OBJ. Great scheme, great play calling here, trusting your guys on 3rd down. This is exactly what we want to see for Sean McVay, and this is definitely making, our initial liking, potentially loving of Bengals +4, 4.5. This is making it a little bit harder to truly focus and secure that and lock in that bet. So we're definitely going to have to take all of next week to kind of find what's going to be that one thing that truly, makes us lean one way or the other. But let's keep going here. We get the great 3rd and 9 play call, and then a couple plays later here, we get a 3rd and 1, and they're going to go back to the run here. So we've seen a 3rd and 2 run. We're going to get a 3rd and 1 run right here. Matthew Stafford under center, and this is it. Fantastic. Not trying to get too cute here, running out of the shotgun or doing like a toss or a pitch where you turn a 3rd and 1 into kind of like a 3rd and 4 or a 3rd and 5 when you toss or come out of the shotgun. So Sean McVay here, fantastic, not trying to get too cute. Let's bring everybody in. Everybody's really on the line. There's one wide receiver like 3 yards from the line of scrimmage, from the last person on the line of scrimmage. So just run it right up the middle. Run it under center, and they pick up the 3rd and 1. So this is fantastic by Sean McVay as well. Not trying to get too cute. Not always trying to be the biggest brain. Not actively trying to play reverse psychology on your guy. Oh, it's 3rd and 1. I'm under center. They think I'm going to run, so I'm going to pass. But they think I'm going to pass, so I'm actually going to run. But then they think I'm actually going to run, but I'm actually going to pass. But they think I'm going to run off the pass, so I'm going to actually pass. But that's probably what they're thinking. So they think I'm going to run out of the pass, but I'm actually going to pass out of the run and then pass again. It's like he's not getting too caught up into his own mental gymnastics, okay? Like we just did right there. So, well done. Well done. But let's watch the play calling here because we get 1st and 10, and this is the start of why they had to settle for the field goal. 1st and 10, passing complete. 2nd and 10, 2-yard run. Is that smart? 2-yard run, 2 minutes left. You're approaching 49ers field goal territory and all that. Then we get a 3rd and 8, passing complete, and then they settle for a 54-yard field goal. That is no good. So, all right, let's break down these plays. Is this where we're starting to see the cracks of Sean McVay in the back end of these games? halftime onward. So let's quickly see what we get here and start at the 1st and 10. That kind of derails it all. So here we go, 1st and 10. This is going to be a pass incomplete. Why was it incomplete? We got kind of 3 to the left here. Got 2 kind of underneath crossing routes. Matthew Stafford taking a shot and just overthrows the ball. And that's a shot right there. Love the play call. You've got time. You've got timeouts. Why not let it rip deep? I mean, these defenders truly got lost in it. The receiver even lost the ball a little bit, but you gotta come down and make that catch. Who did not catch this ball? This is a little, this is not good. Skowronek. Skowronek. Is that the tight end for Tyler Higbee? Man, oh man, that's, oof, you gotta catch that ball. But they were aggressive. A great shot play right there. That's great. That's checking all the boxes right here. We've really got nothing bad to say on this Rams team, folks, of everything that we've seen so far. Here we go. Then they go with the run on 2nd and 10. Okay, maybe trying to get a little too cute there. I understand it. Got a couple of yards. And then the next play, we get another incomplete pass here that sets up the long field goal. But here we go on 3rd and 8. And now you've got the option. You're at the 36-yard line of the 49ers. So, you've got 3rd and 8. You could potentially, pick up 4 or 5 yards on this one to set up a short 4th and 3 to go for it and all that. So let's see what Sean McVay's thinking was on this 3rd and 8. Was this kind of like a 2-down potential, pick up the 1st down in 2 plays? Or was this a, hey, we'll just settle for the field goal if we don't get anything? Or was this a play that says, hey, let's get a couple of yards to try and get a better field goal? So let's see what Sean McVay's thinking is at this moment. Let's see what the score is. It's 7-7 at the current moment. So tie game, all that, not down, trying to put the pressure on the 49ers. What is Sean McVay's kind of thinking at this point? Let's see. Here we go. Dropping back to pass. Everything is going well beyond the marker right here. They were just trying to pick it up. And Matthew Stafford, all the pressure, takes the one-on-one matchup to OBJ all the way down the field. And there was really nothing open here. Everything was really covered well, and Matthew Stafford just has to really get rid of the ball before he gets taken down. So they were going for it all on that play, not trying to do a, 2 plays for the 1st down on 3rd down and 4th down. So, all right, little aggressive there by Sean McVay, and then trusting the kicking game to get it done at 54 yards, and that does not go. So we'll see how Sean McVay calls the Super Bowl. I'm sure, he still trusts his kicker, just like he still trusted Cam Akers after fumbling twice at the end of the Bucs game. So probably still trusts the kicking team a little bit come next week. All right, now here we go, the second half here. First drive results into a turnover on downs. Let's see how this played out. Let's start on the 2nd and 1. We get 2nd and 1, run for no gain. 3rd and 1, pass incomplete. 4th and 1, no good either, with Matthew Stafford trying to go right up the middle. So let's see what these plays look like. Conservative, not conservative, too aggressive. We get 2nd and 1, Matthew Stafford under center, and they just try to run the ball right up the middle, and the 49ers defense execute to perfection and don't allow any penetration there. Then we get 3rd and 1, Matthew Stafford under center still. We get play action, Matthew Stafford getting pressured and just has to kind of throw this ball into the dirt. Once again, let's watch this play. Did Sean McVay just get a little too cute? It's 3rd and 1. We're in the playoffs. Like, you just got to go for the run on 3rd and 1. 2nd and 1, you didn't get it. Try it again. Do it again on 3rd and 1. And maybe even go for it on 4th and 1 if you don't get it on 3rd and 1. But the trickery right here, the play action, doesn't really fool anybody on the 49ers. Everything is really kind of short right here, and everything is so freaking well covered. There is nowhere to go with this ball, and it just results into an incomplete pass, setting up 4th and 1. Now, what do they do on 4th and 1? Once again, under center, Matthew Stafford, and he just tries the QB sneak, doesn't get it. Sean McVay challenges the play, challenges the spot, doesn't win the challenge. But once again, trusting your guy. It's second half. It's Matthew Stafford, QB sneak, and he's got to do better than that. Matthew Stafford, he's a big-bodied guy, folks. Him not getting that QB sneak, that's a little alarming, a little concerning heading into the Super Bowl, where we could definitely see a 3rd and 1 situation, a 4th and 1 situation for the Rams. Like, that's not out of the realm of what we can expect from a Super Bowl close matchup. So, I probably would have ran it 3 straight times. They tried to run with the running back, no good. They tried to throw with Matthew Stafford, no good. And they tried to run it with Matthew Stafford. So they tried all the different ways. Nothing really succeeded there. So we'll see what the go-to is in the Super Bowl. What would you go to on 3rd and 1? I'd probably still stick with the traditional run. I'd probably get Sony Michel in there, run him up the middle. That's probably what I would do on just a classic. I need 1 yard. I'm not trying to outthink the room. I know it's the Super Bowl, but I'm not going to let the game, I'm not going to let the atmosphere, I'm not going to let the pressure get to me. And I think he still sticks with just a run up the middle, but we'll see what he does. Alrighty, let's go to these field goal drives quickly. Let's see how they score the touchdown. We get 3rd and 1 from the 11. Another 3rd down pickup in the red zone. That's pretty gosh dang good. Is it Matthew Stafford being clutch? We get him in the shotgun. Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, wide open. Let's see how they designed this play for Cooper Kupp to be wide open. We got trips at the left at the bottom of the screen here. Matthew Stafford, let's watch Cooper Kupp right here, and yeah, just loses them, a little bit of a bump and run, and Matthew Stafford throws it a little bit short here, definitely could have lofted it up a little bit more, still, and that was kind of like the one knock. I didn't want to get too picky with it, but that's, the other touchdown throw that we saw by Matthew Stafford to Cooper Kupp, just a little bit under, just a tad under, so we'll see if he cleans that up, because we know this Bengals defense has some ball hawks in the red zone. All right, so that was their last touchdown, and then we get the 4th quarter where they have to settle for these field goals. So we've got this 3rd and 3. This is the one that we watched. Once again, the setup screen that does not go. That kicked off this entire thing. That so far has truly not lived up to that. I don't think this is a narrative that we should be going with heading into the Super Bowl. Sean McVay not truly getting it right play calling. I haven't seen anything. This was just like that one circumstance, the one instance that it was not good at. So, and once again, this is why we watch the film study. We propose a question. We try to investigate it. Is this any cause for concern? And I don't think so. We get one more drive right here. This results into a field goal as well. So let's end it right here for our final conclusion. We're going to start here at 1st and 10 from the 49ers 12-yard line. All right, we're back in the red zone for the game. Tie game 17-17. Looking to go up either a full touchdown or 3 points, take the lead. Let's see how the Rams call it in the red zone. A little bit of game on the line. Were they trying to get the 7? Were they only settling for the 3 for any lead? What was Sean McVay calling at the end of the game when it all mattered at the biggest game of the season so far? This one's going to be weighted, folks. This one's going to be weighted a lot more than what we've seen already, but let's see what we get here by Sean McVay's play calling. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Matthew Stafford under center, and they just try to run it up the middle. A little bit conservative, like we saw the other time in the red zone. Running, the one that resulted into a field goal. They ran the ball. Everything was short. Not being aggressive, throwing the ball in the red zone. Here we go. Then we get 2nd and 11 here. Matthew Stafford, damn, this is bad footage. It's grainy as heck. What the hell is this? And even if we replay it, it's still going to be grainy. Oh, no, here we go. Okay, here we go. Matthew Stafford, looks like he was from this one got cut a little bit too late here, but it looked like he was under center, dropping back to pass. Everything is taking way too long to develop here on a 2nd and 11, and Matthew Stafford gets brought down for the sack. Now, we had 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen stopping short of the end zone. Nobody bit on it. It was well covered. We have 2 receivers at the top of the screen going kind of crossing in and out there in the back of the end zone, but either way, nobody was fooled by it, and this 49ers defense locked up in the red zone. And this is looking like the lockup that we just saw from the Bengals defense in the red zone. So here we go. And then we get 3rd and 18, and it's just a setup screen at the right. Once again, that's kind of a little bit of a phone in right there. We're just taking the field goal to take the lead. We're not trying to turn over the ball, make an unnecessary play, lose any more field position, anything like that. So a little conservative on the very last play call by Sean McVay, but the way that the 49ers have been locking it up in the red zone, I think we're kind of in for the same game that kind of we saw. Matthew Stafford making some big-time throws and all that, Cooper Kupp getting open, but overall the Bengals defense, just like the 49ers defense that we saw, locking it up when it truly matters, not letting you just kind of score touchdowns at will. So, man, oh man. So, overall, Sean McVay's play calling, we have no issue with. He had like 1 or 2 mistakes in this game, and that's natural for anybody to have 1 or 2 mistakes in a game. I don't think I've seen anybody play a flawless game of football. Maybe Josh Allen when he scored a touchdown every single drive, maybe, but I'm still sure we could find a throw or two that did not go his way, even though every single drive resulted into a touchdown. So, Sean McVay, we've really got no black mark on him for a coach, leadership, play calling, anything like that. So this Rams team offensively should be really all good to go, all set heading into their game, their Super Bowl Sunday game against this Bengals defense. So we've got an entire more week to try to see which one should we be more believing in, the Bengals defense or the Rams offense. But I still believe at the current moment, getting any more than 3 points here is the play. And I still think I'm leaning a little bit more towards the Bengals plus the 4, even losing that half a point value, folks. So for all of